Hello there, I'm Bob West, and this is Studio 7 on YouTube West. And I probably should have adjusted the camera because the hat's probably going to get cut off, but frankly, I don't care. Why? Because this movie is one of the best Westerns ever made. It needs to be on your list. If you've looked at my Where Have All the Cowboys Gone video, it's the opening scene. It's the Wild Bunch. And more importantly, it's Peckinpah. Now this movie is a 1969 production. It's colorized Western. It starts off violent, it moves forward, and it gets even more violent. And at the time, there was an envelope of what you did in the movies. When you shot somebody, you got a little red spot. When you shot somebody, it moved very quickly because nobody wanted to get offended. Not Peckinpah. The first thing that man wants to do is make you puke. That was his goal in the theater. He wanted you to see the bullet. He wanted to slow down the pain. He wanted you to see the agony. He is the man that brought us death and destruction in the Westerns like we've never seen before, and it makes any Clint Eastwood movie look like crap. It's called The Wild Bunch, and it's an awesome movie. So we talked about the director, Sam Peckinpah. Now let's go through the list of who's in it. I'm going to go really slow so I can show you their pictures because they're important. First of all, we're going to have William Holden. Now, I dig William Holden as an actor. He's a classical actor, he's a tough actor, he's a focus actor, and he's in some of my favorite movies of all time. Stalag 17 is one of them. The Bridge on the River Kwai, which I'll be reviewing later today, is one of them. William Holden knows what he's doing. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected, and he's wonderful in The Wild Bunch. But if that's not enough, you get Robert Ryan. Robert Ryan has been floating around Hollywood for just as long as William Holden. If you've ever seen a movie called Bad Day at Black Rock, you've seen Robert Ryan. If you've ever seen The Battle of the Bulge, you've seen Robert Ryan. This guy is nothing less than outstanding. And if that's not enough for you, let's talk about Warren Oates. Warren Oates was in Stripes. He's the sergeant in the Stripes. So if you're my age, you saw Stripes, you're going, God, this guy's been around forever. And he's wonderful. And he's good at what he does. He's in here. Ben Johnson's in here. You've got Edmond O'Brien is in here, who is one of the classical actors that goes back all the way to Treasure of the Sierra Madre. You have Ernest Borgnine, who is a stalwart in Hollywood. He's wonderful. He's Commander McHale, McHale's Navy. He's the general in The Dirty Dozen. He is great. They are all in here, and it keeps going. Bo Hopkins is in here. Strother Martin is in here. The cast goes and goes and goes, but it gets just shy of my 10 rule. It gets to 9 points, because at 10 you wonder if it's a turkey, but not with a Wild Bunch. So in this Western, you've got an aging group of outlaws trying to figure out how they're going to attack their golden years. What is going to be their one last job to get the retirement money? How are they going to move forward? And the movie starts from there, and it just keeps going, ending up somewhere in the middle of the Mexican Revolution. It's called The Wild Bunch for a reason. It's a wonderful film. Now, add to this, music by Jerry Fielding. Now, that name's a little bit kind of odd to some of you who watch movies. He's only done about a dozen or so at the time, but he was a television guy for a long time. He was what they call studio musician. So if you ever watched Hogan's Heroes as a kid, you've heard of Jerry Fielding. The editing's done by Lou Lombardo, and you got to give this guy credit because at the time they didn't do the digital editing. We did cut and tape editing, where we cut the film and we taped it together and spliced it together and used multiple camera angles and film to get it all to work out. Well, this guy was excellent at it. The movie runs 2 hours and 23 minutes, so you can watch it in an evening, and you're going to want to watch it. And when it came out, it had a budget of $6 million and ended up pulling in the neighborhood of $12 million in the box office today. Now, what's that in the world of equivalence? It's not quite Wonder Woman, but it's pretty darn close. That's a hell of a lot of money for 1969. This movie has everything a Western's supposed to have. It has trains, guns, horses, women, booze, destruction, and lines that are delivered correctly, and it has the story. And it has the story that you will not forget, which is why I'm hoping to put it has a story, it has an understanding, which is why I use its clips in my other movie, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And if you haven't seen it, you should see it. Why? Because I need you to get hits and I need you to recommend my stuff to other people. That's why. If I didn't tell you it was a 7 out of 7 movie, I should have from the start. The movie's called Wild Bunch. It's a Western. This has been Studio 7. I'm Bob West.